So ninth lord is in the ninth house. They say that the blessing comes from the father, and everybody knows that Dhirubhai Ambani, definitely has mentored him, really given him a good training, before he left. And to a large extent, even when Dhirubhai was alive, the show was actually run by Mukesh Bhai, you know. So definitely we can see from this chart that at a soul level, the Kendras are also very, very strong. Hello and namaste, and thank you so much for visiting my channel. My name is Karthik Gaur, and please do subscribe and click the bell icon to ensure that whenever we upload a webinar or a video, you are the first ones to know. Thank you so much. We are going to take the lordships from Lagna and we are going to look at their placements from Karaka Lagna. Okay, so this is my chart. Okay, so I'm Mesha Lagna with Atma Karaka Mangal. Okay, so this sign Gemini becomes the Karaka Lagna. So here on the right hand side, if you see, I have drawn a chart from Gemini. Okay, you understand? So you have to make two charts. One is from your Lagna, another is from your Atma Karaka, what we call it as Karaka Lagna. Now look at it calmly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the lordships from here, but the placements over here. Okay, how do I do it? Lagna Lord is Mangal. So Lagna Lord is in the third house. Okay, so what are we going to do? Or where is Mangal? Here Lagna Lord. Okay, because it is in Gemini. Lagna Lord is in third house, which is Gemini. So from Karaka Lagna, we will see where is it. Since it is in Gemini, it is going to be here. Okay, now let us look at second Lord. Second Lord Venus is in Aries. Okay, now look at Aries. Here we have second Lord, right? These are all over here, in the 11th house. Okay, so here we have, it is almost like your Lagna Lord is in Lagna. Now the third one is Gemini. Okay, Lagna Lord Mercury is in Taurus. So in Taurus we are going to put it as third Lord. Third Lord is going to Taurus, so put your third Lord here. Mercury is also Lord of sixth house, so sixth Lord is in the second house here, Taurus, so we'll put sixth Lord also here. Okay, likewise if you see fourth Lord, Moon is in Gemini, so we put here fourth Lord. So it is almost like fourth Lord is in Lagna. So at a soul level, generally when fourth Lord is in Lagna, the person is a very chilled out person at a soul level. It doesn't matter much in terms of what's happening around. When Lagna Lord is in Lagna, then at a soul level the person is extremely balanced in terms of the ethics. He or she wouldn't mind saying what it is, but wouldn't like to sort of do the wrong thing, so to say, right? Fourth Lord in Lagna can be like mother, can be very close to the heart. Yes, my mother was very close to my heart at a very soul level, or your motherland, because fourth Lord is also your Janma Bhumi. I am very passionate about India. I don't like people when they talk ill about India, so all those things are very important. Fifth Lord is in Aries. So we see our fifth Lord, Surya, is over here. Okay, so likewise here sixth Lord in the seventh Lord is over Aries. So we see here seventh Lord as well. Eighth Lord Ketu is over here. Eighth Lord is over here. Ninth Lord Jupiter is in Aries. So ninth Lord will also map to over here. So all this is mapped to this 11th house. Okay, so once it is done, we need to understand how do we now interpret it. Okay, so for example, Lagna Lord is in Lagna. Okay, we talked about it. Secondly, Mangal and Chandra are together. So at a soul level, Chandra is there. So when fourth lord is there, then somebody might be Atmakaraka and Matrikaraka, right? So this particular combination is said to be a spiritual combination rather than a Raj Yoga. Okay, this is more like a combination, what we call it as Bhakti Yoga. A person can have bhakti for somebody. Okay, so this is very important. Now let us look at this Saturn. Here it is written 10th lord. So 10th lord, it is almost like this 10th lord is in second house. Okay, because here we need to look at the lordships and placements. Okay, so wherever the lordships are there, but you need to understand it from their house. When it is 10th lord over here, it is as good as 10th lord is in the second house, which means that this is Maharaj Yoga. Yeah, 10th lord in the second house is superb. It's a very very good yoga. It is all as good as uh, the throne yoga, right? Simhasana yoga. Okay, so Saturn is over here. So can we say that Saturn rules areas which are very dry, scanty rainfall? Saturn is a very dry planet. So I can get my Raj Yoga in houses or places where there is no major rainfall. Or can we say that Saturn can give me Raj Yoga? Saturn is my Dharakaraka also. So it can technically mean that Saturn is a planet which is a very traditional planet, old planet, right? Saturn is not a young planet, right? So it can give me a Raj Yoga related to things which are very old, things like Jyotish, which is a very very ancient art. Okay, in the second house. So if I consider that as my family and make my family, which is a Jyotish family, which is a very traditional family, then that can give me a Raj Yoga at a soul level, something that I would like to do. I would like to feel that, hey, my throne or my Raj Yoga at a soul level is associated with that, right? Now this Rahu is like 11th Lord in the 5th house. Not bad at all. Generally 11th Lord in the 5th house is superb. But Rahu, when it comes to the 5th house, means that, hey, I need to learn a little bit how to plan, especially because it is 5th from Chandra also, that is showing a little bit of problem in terms of relationship quadrant, in terms of digestion, in terms of planning in general when we talk about it from Lagna. That I need to really be careful in terms of when I plan my strategic things, because I might sometimes be fooled by Rahu. So it is nice for me to sort of take a little calming sort of an approach, understand things better, and then take it forward from there, right? Now the cake is in the 11th house. Here we see it is almost like second lord in the 11th house, fifth lord in the 11th house. So it is almost like a exchange which is happening between the 5th and the 11th house, where 11th lord is in the 5th house and 5th lord is in the 11th house, right? So at a soul level there is a sort of a transformation that is happening. 7th lord is in the 11th house, 8th lord is in the 11th house, 9th lord is in the 11th house, and 12th lord is in the 11th house. So this house of gain is something which becomes very very important. So at a soul level, especially 11th from my Karaka Lagna, this house of gain means that at a soul level, there might be a lot of gains that I could make due to my friendly approach, because this is Mithuna. Wherever your Lagna Lord, see, because my Paka Lagna and my Karaka Lagna both are similar, which is Mithuna Rashi, which means that, try to be friendly, try to be logical, try to be, not sort of very very fake, what you say, uh, say the things which are very understandable in a very friendly way, very today's time Gemini, right? A very very youthful sign. So whenever Karaka Lagna is Gemini, to that level, the processing of my knowledge is very mercurial. I like to put in pictures, I like to put in things, I like to use a little bit of color coding, just to ensure that the students, The moment they see these things, they are going to remember it better. Right? So this 11th house becomes very important. There is a little bit of work Raj Yoga happening, 10th Lord in the second house, and Saturn is in Cancer. So Saturn as a placement is not a bad placement at all. Yeah. So very, very important. This is how you have to do your charts as well. Okay. Let us do one more example. Mukesh Ambani. Okay. He is Tula Lagna. Okay. And his Atma Karaka is Jupiter. So Karaka Lagna, is Leo. So again, we are going to look at the lordships from the Lagna, but their placements from Karaka Lagna. Okay, so let's start. Lagna Lord is in Aries. Okay, so where is Aries? Aries is here, right? So we are going to see Lagna Lord here. So it is like Lagna Lord is in the 5th house, Lagna Lord is in the 9th house. So when Lagna Lord is in the 9th house, then person is, generally very, very independent by nature, in the 9th house of father also, of their guru as well, so constantly, trying to learn from the father, constantly trying to learn from his boss. Okay. Secondly, let us look at the second Lord. Second Lord Ketu is again in the 7th house. So here we see second Lord is again second Lord Ketu is in Aries again. So here it should be, this is by mistake, I think, Taurus. Wait, right? So there is some mistake. The third Lord Jupiter is in Leo. So third Lord will be over here. Okay. So when third Lord is in Lagna, we have to understand that a person is very entrepreneurial. Third Lord is all about your parakrama. When third Lord is in Lagna, then person by default is ready to take the fight to the opposition. So as much as he looks a very calm and composed and a nice person in the picture, at a soul level, he is ready to take the fight. Okay. This is how you are supposed to understand the difference. Let us look at the fourth Lord. Fourth Lord is in Scorpio. Okay. So we look at the Scorpio is over here. So it is almost like fourth Lord is in the 4th house. So somebody is extremely attached to his home. Somebody who is extremely attached to his family, mother. Somebody who wants to build Saturn is retrograde over there. So Saturn is all about properties, right? He is also Karaka for properties. And he is retrograde over there. So it means that, he sees somebody who wants to build up a huge property. Okay, and his property Antila is very famous, right? So very important, and it is Matrikaraka also. So that might be a inner wish of his, that his mother should see or stay in this house, so she can be very, very happy. Okay. What about the 5th Lord Rahu? 5th Lord Rahu is in Tula. What about Tula? Where is it? Tula. So 5th Lord is in the 3rd house. Now this is a very, very important combination, because the same Rahu is in Lagna. Now there is a saying, or there are sutra, when 5th Lord is in the 3rd house, then a person is very good with starting things, very good with projects. It is called as Shankha Yoga. Okay, so we can say that, when 5th Lord is like in the 3rd house, then a person can be very good with starting projects and starting strategic projects. See, this Rahu is a very, very important planet for Mukesh Bhai. Okay, because he is Dharakaraka. Okay, and Dharakaraka and especially Rahu is fantastic in Tula. He absolutely loves this sign Tula. Okay, because it's a black sign and he likes that trading area. Tula is a marketplace, right? And Rahu is superb. And 3rd house is his forte, because it is also his exaltation house, right? He gets exalted in the natural 3rd house, which is Gemini. So this Rahu in Mukesh Bhai's chart is a fantastic chart as a Darakaraka, as fifth lord in Lagna at a soul level, where he can make some strategic plans which will be superb. And that same gets later on transformed to his Lagna. So he's all about money. Darakaraka, Rahu, foreign alliances, foreign partnerships, foreign things, you know, new technology, let's think strategic, let things big, you know, let's not think small. Likewise, you know, the sixth lord Jupiter is over here. So when sixth lord is in Lagna, you know, that means the person can have a lot of enemies, you know, because it is sixth house. See, sixth house is the house of enemies. Sixth house is also the house of growth. So when sixth lord is in Lagna, typically person can have lot of enemies. And third lord and sixth lord both are the houses of growth. Upachaya. And to that extent, we can say that this guy at a soul level is constantly thinking of growth. And that Jupiter, which is retrograde in Leo, is helping him big time as the Atmakaraka. Okay? Similarly, we see the seventh lord, Mangal, is in Taurus. So we see seventh lord Taurus, he is over here. It is all like seventh lord in the 10th house, second lord in the 10th house. So you see here, this second lord in the 10th house is a yoga which is a great Raj Yoga. Okay, because this Mangal is also second lord. Okay, and this Ketu is also second lord. So Ketu should, so third lord can be here also. You understand? So second lord can be in the 9th house, and the second lord, if we take Mars, can be in the 10th house also. So this Simhasana Yoga is definitely happening over here as well. So we see here two great Raj Yogas of second lord in the 10th house, seventh lord in the 10th house are functional through this Mangal. And if Mangal is in the 10th house, they say a person has lot of focus in work. It is said that also when Mangal is in the 10th house, person has a, you know, very my way or highway sort of working, you know, because of the clarity perspective. You know, person has got great clarity of thought. Okay, so it is very important for you all to understand from your chart and maybe at least couple of other charts. Try out Swami Vivekananda's chart as a homework and try out Hitler's chart. And in the comment section, let me know what are the startling conference differences did you see. Look at the concept of power at a soul level from Hitler's chart, from his Lagna and Karaka Lagna. At a soul level, did he enjoy power? It will be fascinating for you to understand when at this level, you know, you see, for any politician to really become a great politician, you need to be happy and be willing to be powerful at a soul level. Else the others will simply crumble you. Right? Hence the 10,000, the Simhasana Yoga, something has to be very strong for you at a soul level, for you to be working at that level. For a person who is entrepreneur, this third house and the 9th house becomes extremely important because your 9th house is all about your global entrepreneurship, going global. Are you just a company which is within your own country, or are you a company which is going global and, you know, which has got reach much beyond your own country? Definitely Reliance has grown from an India company to a global country, and now it is present almost in every country in some form or another. Right? So here we have to see 8th lord in the 9th house, Lagna lord in the 9th house. This 11th lord of gains in the 9th house is superb. 12th lord and 9th lord in the 9th house. So 9th lord is in the 9th house. They say that the blessing comes from the father. And everybody knows that Dhirubhai Ambani, you know, definitely has mentored him, you know, really given him a good training, you know, before he left. And to a large extent, you know, even when Dhirubhai was alive, the show was actually run by Mukesh Bhai. You know, so definitely we can see from this chart that at a soul level, the Kendras are also very, very strong. You know, we have third Lord, sixth Lord, fourth Lord, seventh Lord, second Lord. So this Shri comes from the seventh Lord and second Lord. Always understand. That's why they are the houses of Venus, because Venus is the upholder of Shri, that lotus of Mahalakshmi. Okay. Namaste Jyotisha lovers. Thank you so much for viewing the video. Please do share so more and more thirsty souls can benefit from this free knowledge which is being shared. Also do subscribe, click the bell icon, and all the questions that you have, please mention in the comment section below. Thank you so much, and please keep supporting us.